The hidden art collection of Michael Jackson, 120 paintings almost nobody has ever seen, and a family price tag of $1.6 billion. So why won't his own estate say he painted them? In December 2025, at a gala in Monaco, Michael's brother Jermaine made an announcement that sounded almost too strange to be real. A Jackson museum on the French Riviera, built around those 120 paintings, works that Michael himself is said to have created. Stored, the family says, in a high-security facility near Washington, D.C., and valued by the family's own camp at $1.6 billion. The timing was no accident. The movie Michael had just sailed past Oppenheimer, nearly $1 billion at the box office, and suddenly everything Michael Jackson touched was gold again. $1.6 billion would make him one of the most valuable artists who ever lived. There is just one problem. The art market has already delivered its verdict, and it is brutal. Because here is the part most people never knew. Michael Jackson really did make art. Not as a publicity stunt, as a lifelong private habit. According to his artistic mentor, the Australian artist Brett Livingstone-Strong, Michael kept a secret studio inside an airplane hangar at Santa Monica Airport. No press, no cameras, just Michael, drawing for hours between rehearsals. Around 150 works are said to have come out of that hangar, mostly wax crayon and watercolor. And the subjects are exactly as Michael Jackson as you would hope. Ornate gates and doorways, thrones and chairs, American presidents, Marilyn Monroe. He showed them to almost no one, which means everything we know rests on the word of one man. That man, Strong, met Jackson back in 1979, and by 1989 the two had formed an official business partnership, the Jackson-Strong Alliance. Remember his name? Because 15 years later, his bankruptcy blows this entire story open. Strong also painted the book, believed to be the only formal portrait Michael Jackson ever actually sat for. In 1990, it sold to a Japanese buyer for $2.1 million. The friendship was real. The partnership was real. The money, at least back then, was very real. And the estate? Still silent. Then, Michael died. And in 2011, a tabloid headline turned the hangar art into a legend. The collection, 182 pieces, was suddenly appraised at $902 million. Not by Christie's, not by Sotheby's, by an appraiser presented as a certified expert, whose own professional association immediately pointed out that it does not certify anyone and that the appraisal broke its standards. The $900 million number was, to put it politely, homemade. And yet it stuck. It has been quoted in headlines for 15 years until 2024 destroyed it. Here is where the story turns. Brett Livingstone-Strong ran into serious financial trouble, and in 2024, a judge in Los Angeles ordered the Jackson-Strong art collection sold off to cover his debts. The same man who once sold a portrait of Michael for $2 million now watched a judge order Michael's own works auctioned to pay his bills. In October 2024, at a small auction house in Los Angeles, 78 lots went under the hammer. The centerpiece, 76 signed works, estimated at $12 to $30 million. It did not sell. Almost nothing sold. The reported top price for a single piece that day? About $10,000. 30 years earlier, a painting of Michael sold for $2 million. Now, a painting by Michael couldn't crack 5 figures. That is not a valuation gap. That is a different universe. Speaking of questionable valuations, this channel is completely free. No certified appraiser required. So subscribe to Art and Beyond and you won't miss what comes next. But the market was not the harshest judge. That would be Michael's own estate. Their lawyer released a statement that reads like a dagger. The estate of Michael Jackson does not accept that this artwork was created by Michael Jackson. He signed off with 2 words of Latin. Caveat emptor. Buyer beware. That is why his own estate will not say he painted them. To be fair, the estate has never called the works fake. A forensic examiner has vouched for the signatures. But a genuine signature only proves that Michael touched the page. It does not prove he made the picture. And almost everything we know about that hangar comes from one witness, a witness who, by 2024, needed these paintings to be worth something. Even the numbers refuse to line up. Strong spoke of around 150 works. The 2011 appraisal counted 182. The court sale listed 120. The Monaco Museum promises 120. Are they even the same 120? Nobody will say. They sit, the family says, behind a vault door near Washington, counted by no one outside the family. And that is what makes the estate's denial so strange, because Michael demonstrably lived for art. For years he kept what amounted to a court painter, David Nordahl, filling Neverland with canvases of Michael as a knight on horseback, as a crowned king. And his final commission might be his greatest. A monumental equestrian portrait by Kehinde Wiley. Michael in full armor as King Philip II of Spain, modeled directly on a Rubens. He discussed the brushwork with Wiley by phone. He never saw it finished. Which brings us back to Monaco. Jermaine says the museum opens late this year, and that nothing inside will ever be for sale. Meanwhile, Europe has already voted on Michael Jackson the icon. At the first major all-Jackson auction in Paris, this June, a single white rhinestone glove sold for more than 113,000 euros. A glove, 6 figures. A painting said to be by Michael, 5. Right now, the relics are worth more than the art. Unless the family is right. And somewhere near Washington sits a collection worth more than 3 times the most expensive painting ever sold at auction. Michael spent his life drawing gates and doors. It would be a strange ending if the answer stays locked behind one. Maybe late this year, in Monaco, we finally see it. So, hidden treasure, or the boldest attribution claim in pop history, which is it? Tell me in the comments. And if you want to see what a certified art collection looks like, watch our video on Leonardo DiCaprio's collection next. Until next time.